Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast. Now a YouTube show. Good morning, Dopey.
Hello, and welcome to Dopey YouTube, maybe Dopey Patreon, maybe Good Morning Dopey, definitely Dopey Ask Erin. My name is Dave, and I am joined by strung out author and unlicensed advice columnist Erin Carr for another edition of Dopey Ask Erin, or Ask Erin and Dopey. Ask
My
Erin with
favorite-
Dopey.
My favorite thing, we did like Ask Erin, X Dopey, like a collaboration,
Yes,
like a
you're-
streetwear collaboration.
Yeah, it's just like a streetwear collaboration.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you.
What were you
Okay.
going to say your favorite thing is?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Isn't that
well,
sad? My brain
yes.
is like on half today. So let's do this. All right. This is a long time
Half
listener.
measures avail us nothing.
This is true. Who DM'd me on Instagram, who has sent in a question before, but DM'd me on Instagram, and then I guess I didn't answer I didn't answer right away, so they emailed me and said, "Hey, Erin, I'm reading and really enjoying Strung Out right now. I'm about 200 pages in. One of my favorite parts right now is on page 182. 27 is a good age to die. I guess that's a line from my book. I too wish I could reach through the pages and hug 27-year-old Erin. I'm 27 now and a little over 2 months clean from fent and heroin.
Nice.
And I want to hug 27-year-old Erin because her feelings are exactly how I felt all year. It sometimes feels like you're writing my story with just different details. I suppose that's the thing about addiction. Thank you for writing this memoir that makes me feel less alone and also gives me courage that it doesn't always have to feel this way. I'm also writing to you now because my friend is still addicted to fentanyl but has expressed desire to get clean. She sounds as miserable and desperate as I was a few months ago. She has legal and custody issues that make things more complicated, and she doesn't have the same privilege I had to abandon work in New York City to go to treatment. But she said she wishes she was in my position. Her family has a very harsh, unforgiving view on drugs, and she doesn't feel safe going to anyone for help. What advice would you give to help or support her? I don't really know what to do except remind her that there's immense support out there because there are many people that have been in the same situation we've been in, willing to help people find a way out.
Nice.
So, I mean, my first reaction to this is that, fortunately in New York City, if she's in New York City, which he says in this email, there are a lot of resources in terms of getting medicated assisted treatment, which would probably be a good first step for her if she's addicted to fentanyl, is to get on some sort of medicated assisted treatment like Suboxone. It's challenging to reach out for help anyway. And it sort of breaks my heart that this person has a family who is probably from a place of fear, not in a stance of compassion and understanding with what she's struggling with. I will email this person back with some specific organizations in New York that he could reach out to or give her to reach out to on her behalf. The one thing that, we were just talking about this earlier, the one thing that 12-step programs have going for them are that they are free, they are plentiful, and they are easy to access, especially now that so many are available online and in person in New York City. There is a whole community of people that could be of assistance if you're in a position where you don't have the privilege to leave a job and go to treatment. I know so many people who got sober without going to rehab, like myself included. I went to rehab, but that's not how I ended up getting sober.
I got sober in meetings in the end. Like I went to detox and rehab a million times, but when I got sober in the end, it was from going to meetings. I think the best thing about 12-step groups is everything you said. It's free, it's plentiful, there's a huge community, it's accessible. But the easiest thing is it's an easy program. They lay it out what you have to do really easily, and it's like if it was hard, I don't think I would have been able to do it.
No.
It was easy. But more than that, the best piece of advice to give to this guy or his friend, it's a woman, right? And the guy is writing on behalf of his friend. So
Yes.
like the best piece of advice is you need to do something. You cannot sit there and think something's going to happen because you're
Right.
thinking about it or you're talking about it. You need to do anything. It doesn't even matter what you do. If you walk down the street with the purpose of walking down the street to feel better about this thing, then you're doing something. Like the greatest cliche is you can't think or speak yourself into right action, but you can act yourself into right thinking. You have to go out and do something. And then you start doing more stuff, and then all of a sudden you're feeling better, and that's where like people fail. They're like, oh, I'm doing better, I don't need to do anything anymore. And then you do more stuff, and if you keep
100%.
adding the stuff, you get the benefits, which is what we're doing. Even if it's not, even if you're not going to meetings, like it whatever it is, it's adding stuff so that you don't let that tidal wave of horror show sweep you away into the abyss.
100%. And it doesn't ever stop, right? I mean, and I don't mean that in like a negative way. I mean that like it's been almost 19 years since I used heroin, but I still am active in my grounding myself with my version of spirituality, making sure my mental health is taken care of. And for me, a huge part of my recovery is doing exactly what we're doing right now, is like helping other people, like, and that's helping people in really small ways and in large ways. It's about like showing kindness to other humans, because that's like that's sometimes that is the only way out of like the abyss for me, is to like reach my hand out to somebody else and do something and stop thinking about myself.
Right. I wish you could help Howie, because he needs some fucking help. Look at him. Look at him over there staring into the abyss.
He needs a mikvah.
Yeah, let's get him into a nice hot mikveh. All right, I think that was good. It was well covered. I have this fucking self-hatred that I don't feel like this helps anybody but us. But that's just my head, right? That's
Totally your head.
That's just my head. All right.
How many, wait, I just want to say really quickly, how many people email you or message you or leave comments on things saying how much Dopey helped them?
All I remember are the bad ones, like stop eating on the mic, you're a big-nosed Jew, you're ugly, you're an idiot, Chris is better than you. That's all I hear from the comments. Howie's funnier than you. Howie should be a therapist. He's got a nice voice. These are the things that I hear. But no, I think like I am incredibly pleased that we get to help people, and that I mean all this stuff. I like the action of doing shit because it makes me have fun, you know.
Yeah.
And I recommend. I mean, like, I think I got a new sponsee this morning, and like I kind of said, just do whatever you can to have fun. You know, guard your sobriety, but guard your fucking unhappiness at the same level.
100%.
All right. So thank you, Ask Erin. And thank you, Howie. Keep staring into the abyss. And thank you, Dopey Nation. Howie, you got to put yourself on the screen when I say you're staring into the abyss. Howie, you got anything to add to this? Anything you want to? Nothing?
Erin said it all.
I said it. What about me?
You didn't say anything. She said everything.
I said it.
No,
She had good advice. You might as well
It's
have
like
not been here.
it's like my mother is in here with me. Stay strong, Dopey Nation. Thank you, Erin, and fucking toodles for Chris.
Fucking toodles for Chris.
I'm face down on the floor.